Well, they contacted us, but I didn't feel ready. There was something inside, and even the thought of it made me nervous.
Oh, sweet, gentle breeze, you remind.
In a world where most young stars fade away after the spotlight dims, Lucy Thomas became an extraordinary exception. At just 12, she stood on the stage of The Voice Kids UK in 2018 with a voice that stopped the nation. Her haunting rendition of Moon River wasn't just a performance, it was a moment of magic. Though she didn't win the competition, something far greater was quietly unfolding behind the scenes. While other contestants celebrated their brief fame, Lucy's name began circulating in music industry circles. She wasn't the loudest or flashiest performer, but she had something rare: emotional clarity, vocal precision, and a depth far beyond her years. The judges were enchanted, the viewers intrigued, and industry professionals were taking notes. Many expected her journey to stall after the semi-finals. Instead, her story was only beginning. And the path she would take after leaving the stage would lead to something far more enduring than a trophy. It would lead to a voice that would echo far beyond television, across borders, into millions of hearts online. But what sparked this unexpected rise? How Lucy's Moon River shook the room, and the silence that followed said it all. Moon River, the note that changed everything. When Lucy Thomas stepped into the spotlight to perform Moon River on The Voice Kids UK, few expected the emotional tidal wave that followed. The classic tune, immortalized by Audrey Hepburn, had been sung by countless artists, but Lucy brought something unexpected. Her version wasn't just technically flawless, it was haunting, pure, and soaked in sincerity. The room seemed to pause. The cameras kept rolling, but for a moment, everything else faded. She sang not just with her voice, but with a kind of quiet soulfulness that echoed far beyond the stage. Interestingly, the judges hesitated. No one turned their chair at first, but their faces told a different story. They were frozen, visibly shaken by what they had just heard. Eventually, Pixie Lott and Danny Jones did turn, and both fought to have Lucy on their teams. will.i.am, though impressed, simply said her vocals were perfect. Lucy chose Danny, and not because of music. It was their shared love of Wigan Warriors rugby that sealed the bond. Still, the moment lingered. The girl with the calm presence and cathedral voice had done something rare. She made a 60-year-old song feel brand new again. That single audition became more than a performance. It became the spark that would fuel the next chapter of her life. From a missed trophy to a major record deal. Lucy didn't walk away with a trophy that night, but what followed was even more meaningful. After the lights dimmed on The Voice Kids UK stage, she could have easily faded into the background like many young talents do. But the music world had different plans. Just weeks after the show, Lucy was approached by Cavendish Records, a respected label known for bridging classical crossover and theatrical styles. This was no ordinary post-show offer, it was a turning point. Signing with Cavendish meant creative control, guidance, and most importantly, a belief in her artistry that went beyond TV ratings. Her debut album, Premiere, arrived in 2019, marking the start of her transformation from reality show contestant to professional recording artist. Each track reflected not just technical ability, but heart, something that resonated deeply with fans looking for authenticity. In a landscape dominated by flashy social media stunts and viral gimmicks, Lucy quietly built something stronger: trust. She wasn't chasing attention, she was focused on the music. And it worked. The industry started to take notice. Her streaming numbers climbed, her online presence flourished. But what would come next would prove she wasn't just a one-album wonder. A birthday, a song, and a future unfolds. Before the YouTube views and record contracts, Lucy's journey began in the most unexpected of places: a birthday party. At her Nana's 60th celebration, a then shy Lucy felt an urge she couldn't ignore. With a small mic and a big heart, she sang an Adele classic that left the room speechless. That one song changed everything. Her godmother, deeply moved, offered a simple but life-changing remark: "Your voice needs to be heard." The very next week, Lucy enrolled in vocal lessons. This wasn't just a hobby, it was the beginning of her future. Even now, she continues weekly sessions with her trusted vocal coach, Carolyn Hudson, who has become both mentor and artistic compass. The emotional layers we hear in Lucy's performances, much of it is shaped through years of dedicated practice and encouragement. Her story is a reminder that talent alone isn't enough. What matters is nurturing it. That spontaneous performance at a family gathering didn't just entertain, it revealed a destiny. And from that moment forward, Lucy knew this wasn't going to be a phase. It was going to be her life's work. Double the talent: Lucy and Martha's viral harmony. If you thought Lucy Thomas's voice was moving alone, wait until you hear it doubled. Her younger sister, Martha, has emerged as more than just family. She's become Lucy's most powerful duet partner. The duo has delivered performances that have left millions in awe. From "You Raise Me Up" to "The Prayer" and "When You Believe," their voices intertwine like they were born to harmonize. And in a way, they were. These are not manufactured duets. They're deeply felt, deeply lived. Their YouTube videos often trend not because of flashy production, but because of authenticity. It's the look they give each other mid-song, the subtle breath before a note, the invisible thread that ties them together. The sibling bond is undeniable, and that emotional transparency is what makes every cover feel like a cinematic experience. One fan commented, "They don't just sing, they heal." That kind of impact can't be taught. It's built through shared memories, late-night practice, and a love for music that runs in the bloodline. Together, they've created something rare, a family harmony that hits home for audiences around the world. Rewriting classics with elegance and emotion. Most cover artists recreate songs. Lucy reinvents them. Whether it's Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On, or Coldplay's Fix You, Lucy transforms these iconic tracks into personal statements. Her renditions strip songs down to their emotional cores, often replacing grand instrumentation with delicate piano or orchestral touches that amplify her voice, not overshadow it. She doesn't rely on imitation. Instead, she translates emotion. You're not just hearing a song you know, you're experiencing it in a new light. That's why her version of Hallelujah garnered nearly 50 million views. It wasn't about high notes, it was about storytelling, atmosphere, and spiritual connection. And Lucy's selections are never random. She chooses pieces with deep lyrical weight and emotional complexity. It's this careful curation that separates her from the sea of online singers. Each track becomes more than a song. It becomes a quiet confession, a cinematic experience, and an invitation to feel something deeper. Her performances don't ask for applause. They ask for stillness, reflection, and feeling. Song choices that surprise and inspire. Lucy doesn't always go for the hits everyone else covers, and that's exactly why she stands out. While many artists chase chart toppers for clicks, Lucy often chooses lesser-known musical gems like Moon River or Memory from Cats. She dives into emotional ballads and theatrical scores with confidence, making them accessible even to audiences unfamiliar with Broadway. This artistic courage reveals her depth, not just as a singer, but as a storyteller. She's not trying to ride trends. She's curating emotional journeys. It's risky. It's not always mainstream. But it works because it's real. Her choices signal to fans, I trust your taste. I believe in meaningful music. And that trust has been rewarded. From Disney's Reflection to defying gravity from Wicked, Lucy doesn't just perform, she interprets. She knows that the songs she picks will define her brand, and so far, each one has become a building block in a career defined not by fast fame, but by slow, meaningful connection. In today's crowded digital space, her fearless selections make her unforgettable. The quiet evolution of a vocal powerhouse. Since her debut, Lucy's growth hasn't been loud, but it's been profound. With every album, Encore, Timeless, Destiny, and most recently, Beyond, she's expanded her vocal range, explored new genres, and matured into a refined storyteller. Each release isn't just a collection of songs, it's a reflection of where she is emotionally and artistically. Destiny, released di tahun 2022, mengungkapkan sisi Lucy yang lebih berani, yang mau bereksperimen tanpa kehilangan kesinseritas yang mendefinisikannya. Her newest project, Beyond, hints at where she's heading, a place of lebih grater artistik. It's not just her voice that's growing. Her confidence, production style, and fan connection are all evolving in real time. And through it all, she maintains a signature tone, graceful, pure, and emotionally direct. Lucy isn't chasing viral trends, she's shaping her own lane. That's why fans, new and old, continue to follow her journey closely. They see not just a vocalist, but an artist carving a legacy. Power in silence, how Lucy wins without noise. In an era where artists often shout for attention, Lucy Thomas has taken the opposite path. And it's working. She rarely posts personal drama. She's not chasing headlines. Instead, she lets her voice carry the message. This strategic quietness has become her signature. It builds intrigue. It draws people in. While others go viral for controversy, Lucy goes viral for calm. Her performances speak volumes without requiring spectacle. Even her social media is a reflection of this serenity, clean, elegant, and centered around music. And yet, despite her low-profile lifestyle, Lucy commands a massive audience. 900,000 plus YouTube subscribers, over 200 million views, and countless fans across continents. The silence isn't empty. It's full of intent. In fact, it's one of the reasons she stands out. She's proof that you don't need to scream to be heard. In a noisy world, her quiet power makes people stop, listen, and feel. And that's a kind of fame that lasts. The voice that keeps echoing forward. As we close this journey through Lucy Thomas's extraordinary career, one thing becomes clear. Her story is far from over. At only 19, she's already achieved what many artists spend a lifetime chasing: global recognition, artistic freedom, and a fan base that grows with her, not just around her. What's next? Speculation swirls around a possible Broadway appearance, a film soundtrack feature, or even a global tour. And while Lucy remains modest about future plans, the foundation she's built points to something much bigger. Her ability to blend sincerity with skill, to honor the past while embracing the future, sets her apart in a music industry that often prioritizes flash over feeling. For fans, Lucy represents not just a voice, but a vision. She reminds us that grace, humility, and hard work still matter. And as her melodies continue to ripple through playlists, concert halls, and YouTube screens across the world, one thing is certain: Lucy Thomas didn't need to win a reality show to become a star. She simply needed a song and the courage to sing it.